Those memories now were mostly very happy ones. When he first met Pikachu, that rocky start which turned into a shining, unbreakable bond, gym battles, applying himself to training and strategy, meeting all his Pokemon. He saw his Pidgeot as Pidgeotto. With a guilty start and the excitement of the Orange Islands and Johto, later Hoenn and Sinnoh and Unova, he had all but forgotten his promise to come back for her. There was something new. Ash watched in surprise as he and his friends traveled through a storm to an island he didn't remember seeing and met Mewtwo, but rather than being the compassionate recluse he remembered, this Mewtwo was bitter and violent. Watching as his unknown chapter of his life unfolded, Ash saw it all: the clones, the battle, his death, and his resurrection. It was all inspiring to watch, the more so when he realized that he had been the one to make such a difference in Mewtwo. After that, there were no more big surprises, just a reminder of everything he'd done, crystal clear, instead of being crowded out by the moment. Falling from great heights, wielding the blue flame of aura, more falling from great heights, being possessed by an ancient king, and of course his friendships with all his Pokemon. Finally, the moving narrative passed New Torque and reaching the present, traveling with with Iris and Silent through the Decalore Islands, knowing that their adventure together was soon to end, but unwilling to admit it. And then there had been a heavy feeling in the air, and everything had suddenly seemed wrong. The very air felt alien. And then blackness, and this. Ash swallowed a lump in his throat. Pikachu. Everyone. What happened? A moment later, a voice reached him. So, it sounded familiar. What do you think? He will suffice. This second voice was even more familiar, but Ash couldn't quite place it. More, it was a mental voice, telepathy, but with such intensity it seemed to touch his very core. No need to be so mellow about it. The kid's a natural, more so than I ever was. Nevertheless, you will need to train him. I can't argue with that, the first voice agreed. Closer this time. Or it sounded closer, at least. It was as if Ash had a ruler. 1 week I can hold the separation for that long, but no longer. The weight of what he wants to be is pressing down from all directions. It'll still be enough. Like I said, he's a natural. Suddenly, Ash was standing on a solid surface. He could move, he could feel and see, and then he saw who had been speaking. Even for his adventure-filled life, it was a shock. Sir Aaron of Cameron Castle, hero of the wave, stood before him in the black void, fully dressed and with a crooked smile on his face. So, Ash Ketchum, the hero said, it's nice to meet you at last. Ash took a few minutes to stop gaping. So, the world ended? Ash asked, frowning. Right in one, Sir Aaron agreed, sitting cross-legged on solid nothingness. This is all the boss was able to protect? He shrugged. From what I was told, this Cyrus guy... Cyrus? But he disappeared. I watched it happen. Sir Aaron pursed his lips. Well, whatever might have happened, he came back and managed this time to get Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina. Asai. Some people are just the wrong kind of lunatics, crazy enough to be warring, competent enough to be dangerous, so he managed to get them and get control of them and remake the